I welcome all of you to today's Gita Gnana Yajna on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today we are taking up chapter number 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Chapter number 10 is called Vibhuti Yoga. Okay, so we'll try to understand what is Sri Krishna Paramatma's message in chapter number 10 of Bhagavad Gita. So we know that Bhagavad Gita is 18 chapters, and as I told earlier, the 18 chapters are divided into three parts, 6 chapters each in each part. The first 6 chapters are about Tvam, Jiva. The next 6 chapters are about Tat, which is Paramatma. And the last 6 chapters bring the message of Asi, the Jivatma, Paramatma, Ekatva, the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. So the Sri Krishna starts giving the teaching about Paramatma from chapter number 7. So chapter number 7 is Gnana Vijnana Yoga. Chapter number 8 is Akshara Brahma Yoga. Chapter number 9 is Rajavidya Rajagurya Yoga. Now we come to chapter number 10, Vibhuti Yoga. So in the same thread where Sri Krishna has started elaborating about himself. So if you remember the previous chapter, Sri Krishna Paramatma says about some of the nature of Paramatma, about the creator, but as Paramatma as the creator of the entire world, as a sustainer of the entire world, right? And he also talks about devotion. And in the previous chapter, he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Whatever you offer to me as with devotion, I will accept that and you will come to me. Okay. Then he also made a promise of Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yajna Parupasate. Whoever constantly thinks about me alone, I will protect them. I will personally take care of them. So this is what we have contemplated and understood in the previous chapters. Today we'll understand what is the message in Vibhuti Yoga. So we've all, some of us or all of us have heard this shloka. It is Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So Purnamadam, Purna means complete. So I renamed the satsang, this group, to Advaita Purna. Okay, Advaita is non-duality, non-dual. There is no duality. Duality is just a mistake happening in perception. Okay, or mistake happening in the interpretation of the perception. The reality is Advaita. There is no two. There is no world and you. There is no you and Paramatma. There is no you and other. Okay, there is non-dual reality. Like I give the example of water, wave, and ocean. From the wave's perspective, there is a duality. There is me as a wave. Then there are other waves, bigger, smaller, richer, poorer, beautiful, ugly, smart, dumb, handicapped, child, old wave. So all different types of waves. Okay. Then there's the ocean. And the reality behind both is unknown. It's a very similar situation to human being. There's an experience of duality, individuality, and that experience brings duality. There is me, there is many, there's many more. There are my ancestors, Pitrus. Then there are next generation, right? Then there's so many people, 9 billion people in the world. Then there is a world, like the oceanic, giant ocean, the world. Then there is Paramatma, who I don't know, who I cannot see. But the reality is, there is no three. There is no wave, ocean, water. The reality is non-dual. There's only water. Water alone is appearing as wave. as all the ways and as the ocean. So from the water's perspective, it is non-duality. Now the wave who realizes it is water gets established in non-duality. That's why Advaita and Purna. Realizing Advaita is realizing the Purnatva. Purnatva is the Purnamadam. Purnamadam is, so all of you have heard this shloka that we just chanted, Purnamadam, Purnamidam, right? Kavin, Shilpa, Rashmi, Radhika.
No, Guruji, I haven't heard. So.
Okay.
Yes, Guruji, I've heard about it.
You heard. So the shloka is this, Purnamadam. Purna, you understand Purna? Purna is complete. Okay? Purna means there is no shortcoming of any sort. It is complete. So the shloka says Purnam Adam. Purnam Adam means, Adam is that. Paramatma is Purna. He is complete. He has no problem. Purnam Idam. Idam is world. The world is also complete. The world is also has no problem. What is the world? The world has galaxies, stars, planets, tree, mountain, animals, insects. Nobody has a problem. Okay, nobody is, they have pain, they have some short-term stress, but nobody is suffering. There's no suffering in existence. Okay, the mountain is blissful, the tree is blissful, the fish is blissful, the animal is blissful. The deer that's going to be eaten also is blissful. Okay, until it hears the noise. Right? Purnamadam, Purnam idam, Purnat Purnamudichyate. If you take out the Purna from this Purna, what remains is Purna. So the whole totality is nothing but Purna. It's in bliss. It's complete. In this whole Purna, in this entities of all Purna, whatever you point at, we point at the world, it's Purna. You point at Bhagavan, it's Purna. You point at the other animal, it's Purna. Only one thing is Apurna, incomplete. What is that? That is me. I am Apurna. Okay? There is a constant feeling of incompleteness. Okay? That incompleteness comes from ignorance of my true nature. Why am Apurna? So what is common between me, world, Paramatma? What is common between me, world, Paramatma? So Paramatma is Sat, Chit, Ananda. Okay, Sat is existence, is. So the isness is common for all of us. Paramatma is, the world is, the rat is, the tiger is, the tree is. I am. Okay, the isness is the one common factor. Okay, Sat, Chit, that is Sat. Now the isness, the world or the animal is, the tiger also is. The tiger says, the tiger knows it is there. The animal knows it is there. The Paramatma also is. And tiger is in bliss, Paramatma is in bliss. Tiger is blissful in ignorance. Paramatma is blissful in pure light, in pure awareness. Now, in between, I am there. I also know I am. Okay? But I am not blissful. Because I have a special capability, unlike the animal. I have a special ability which an animal doesn't have, which exists in other birds don't have, trees don't have, mountain doesn't have. I have one capability, which is the ability to define myself. You understand? So not only I am, I can also tell what I am. Now, in the power to tell what I am, now nobody has told me what I am, or neither I have realized who I am. Okay, and that not knowing who I am is called avidya, ignorance. In that ignorance, I superimpose so many things on me. I am man, I am woman, I am employee, I am husband, I am this, I am that, I am enlightened, I am not enlightened. Okay? I am guru, I am shishya. So, without knowing who I am, I start imposing labels on myself. And now that label, it doesn't stop there. In every perception that I have in the world, that label interferes. That labeling, that ability to define myself interferes. It interferes and tells something about me, something about what I'm seeing. For example, I see, what is this? Phone. Now I see the phone, immediately the interference starts coming. The labeling mechanism starts triggering. Okay, well, this is my phone. I have such a bad phone. The other person has iPhone. Okay, God likes that person more. God doesn't like me because I have this phone, right? So you're seeing something, you're hearing something, you're experiencing something, but none of that is complete. Everything has a interference. Okay, interference by the ego, by the mind, which is a bundle of wrong notions about you, about world. You understand? And that is a apurna. That makes you feel apurna. So it's like there's sunlight, but the cloud is covering the sun. In the same way, your reality is purna. You are also that. You are also purna. Like the animal, like the existence, like Paramatma. There's nothing but purna in reality. Okay? But there's a sense, the feeling of apurna. That feeling of apurna is the noise in life. And that noise in life, to shut down that noise, is all the endeavor in life is to shut down the noise. Okay? But, and the difference in the animal and the human being is that noise appears in the animal. For example, there's a deer. The deer hears the tiger. Momentarily, a noise, a stress appears, and the deer runs away. Okay? And then when it outruns the tiger, it becomes purna again. It becomes silent again. But in the case of the human being, that interference, that stress doesn't stop. Whether tiger is there or not there, whether threat is there or not there, whether the future is there or not there, whether past is already over is there or not there. Your present moment has a constant noise, interference, stress from the thought process. And that is called Vishada Yoga. That's why the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Arjuna's suffering. What is Arjuna's suffering? Arjuna is Apurna, Krishna is Purna. Both of them are standing on the battlefield in the world, which is Purna. Okay. Now Arjuna has to fight his dharma is to Kshatriya dharma is to fight. There's an interference. Who is interfering? Nobody's interfering. Okay. Everybody is ready to fight. But there's an internal interference. You understand? That internal interference, it cripples him. It distorts his vision. It disarms him. Nobody has disarmed him. Nobody shot an arrow to disarm him. But he is self-inflicting his own, on himself, great suffering. And that is the cause, that is the problem in human life. That's called Vishada. And there is no solution for Vishada apart from the real solution, which is Atma Gnana or Brahma Gnana. That's why all chapters of the Gita end with Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyaya Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. There is no solution for human problem. How do I stop the interference? How do I become Purna? How do I lose the sense of being Apurna. How do I remove this noise? How do I remove the ego? All of them have the same answer. How do I end suffering? That was the question of Buddha also. Prince Siddhartha. I want to end suffering in my life. I don't want to suffer. I want to find a solution for old age, death, suffering, and afterlife. There is no solution apart from the real solution, which is Atma Gnana, or the knowledge of who I am. There are many other solutions, but they are only temporary solutions. Like to forget the incompleteness or the noise inside, what do people do? You go to watch a movie. You go to watch a movie. Why you go to watch a movie? 2 hours you will forget yourself. 2 hours you forget all your trouble. 2 hours you forget what is happening in your family, what is happening in your job. You go into a different world. Your mind becomes suppressed for 2 hours. Okay? You don't have to face your mind for 2 hours. People go and drink alcohol or go travel. Why? You want to suppress it. You want to get rid of your internal noise. Now that internal noise can only be suppressed. Okay? And you find that every time you suppress it, again it comes back. Okay? And in your effort to suppress it, you're destroying yourself. Any effort to suppress it is destruction of the body. So you like watching movies. Somebody likes watching movies, or somebody likes drinking, or somebody likes some activity that will make them forget themselves. Anything that they indulge in becomes poison sooner or later. Okay, what happens to you? Go on watching movie, you will miss out on your real life. Okay, what happens to you? Go on drinking, taking some substance to feel blissful or happy. You destroy the body. Whatever you indulge in to run away from the noise brings another complication. So is there a way that I can become free? And that is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. So we need Paramatma, who is Purna. Sri Krishna Paramatma is called Purna Avatar, to come into our life as Guru and give the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, which is nothing but the teaching of Upanishad, okay, which is nothing but Vedanta, and which is nothing but the simple teaching of Tat Tvam Asi. The entire Bhagavad Gita is nothing but Tat Tvam Asi. The word Sattvam Asi, you are that. You are Purna. Your nature is Purna. There's nothing Apurna in life, in existence. The only thing Apurna is in the mind. Now, fortunately for us, that Apurnatva, or the feeling of incompleteness or the suffering, there is a way out of suffering. That's why when Buddha made his first noble truth, his first noble truth is life is a suffering. Have you heard? Nobody has made such a pessimistic statement. His first teaching after enlightenment is, his first statement is, life is a suffering. Okay, but immediately he counters that. He says, not to worry, there's a way out of suffering. Okay, he doesn't directly jump into, that's why even Bhagavad Gita, it doesn't directly jump to the teaching of Atmagna. It starts from where you are, which is Vishada, Arjuna Vishada, the Arjuna's disturbance. From there, sorry, you're able to hear me now? So the Gita starts with Arjuna Vishada.
Yeah.
Slowly, step by step, Sri Krishna unfolds the teaching of who I am. So, coming now to this chapter, that was just a brief introduction again of what the premise is of the Bhagavad Gita. Today we'll take up chapter number 10, which is Vibhuti Yoga. The Vibhuti Yoga, so the each chapter has the word yoga in it. Okay, today's chapter is about Vibhuti Yoga. We've all heard the word called Vibhuti. What is Vibhuti? So somebody's doing like this. The first thing you do is this.
Ash.
Vibhuti is the ashes, right? The powder that you apply on your forehead, which is very good. Okay. Now, why do you apply on a forehead?
To activate Agna.
To activate the Agna chakra. So you apply the Vibhuti here is the symbolic or is the translation of this chapter. The Vibhuti means, Bhuti means power. Bhuti means power. Vibhuti means special power. Okay. And the special power lies here. There's a special ability here. What is this called, Dr. Kavin?
Forehead.
Forehead. What is behind the forehead?
Frontal region of brain.
It's called frontal lobe. That is a special ability given to human beings. No other creature has a frontal lobe which is more than 60% of its brain. Okay, many other creatures have frontal lobe, but they're a very small percentage compared to the rest of the brain. Only a human being has a frontal lobe which is this big in proportion to the other part of the brain. Now, the frontal lobe is given, and the frontal lobe is the center of knowledge and imagination. Okay, which is always abused by the human being. Now, this is what makes you know yourself. Also, know yourself wrongly. So you put Vibhuti so that you say, okay, I need to focus here. I need to take my attention here because this is the source code. There's a problem in the source code which is creating my problem in life. There's a wrong programming that is put into me about who I am. I've been programmed that I am the body. I need to correct that. I am not the body. You understand? That's why Vibhuti is, they put three, right? Three are there. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. And on the three, there's a dot. I am that. You understand? So it represents I am not the body. I am not the mind. You have seen in Shiva, right? So Shiva has three lines. And on that, there's a third eye. So you put three lines and there's a bindu on that. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am that. I am not the waking. The dream also not the reality. The dream sleep is not reality. What is reality is Turiya, the fourth. So to represent this, we put Vibhuti on the forehead. Now this chapter is about the Vibhuti of Lord. Okay. Now Lord explains his Vibhuti. So Vibhuti, I told you, is power, special power. What is the Vibhuti of Bhagwan? Is what Bhagwan is explaining in this chapter. So I told you, chapter number 7 to 11. Okay, the 6 chapters in between are about Tat, are about Paramatma, where Paramatma is telling about Paramatma. Paramatma tells him about himself. Earlier, he told himself about himself as I am the creator, I am the sustainer, I will protect my devotees, I have come here to Dharma Samstapana. So he's told all that. Now, Arjuna, in the previous chapter, has asked a question about Paramatma. As an answer to that, Krishna further elaborates on the nature of Paramatma and the powers of Paramatma in this chapter. Okay? And in the next chapter, he gives a darshana to Arjuna on the Vishwarupa darshana of what he just elaborated in the 10th chapter. So today we'll take up the 10th chapter. Okay, clear so far? Any doubts? So what is the Vibhuti of Paramatma? What is the power of Paramatma? The power of Paramatma is the world that you see is the power of Paramatma. The entire creation is nothing but Paramatma, Paramatma's creation. Okay. Now, to create anything, so I paint. So there's a painting here. Okay. So there's a painting which is a creation. When you look at, when you go to a gallery or when you go to a museum, you see an art, work of art. So there's a sculpture or a painting. First, you see the output, which is the result of the what the artist made. And then you see probably there's a signature there or a placard there, or you ask who is the artist. So you see a piece of art, okay, which you know has intuitively was not natural. It was created. You understand? It came into existence because somebody created it. Okay, it can be anything. It can be a human being created. It can be a child created it. It can be artificial intelligence created. Now, artificial intelligence also can paint. Okay, but there's some cause, some creator is there, either human intelligence or artificial intelligence. Okay, or a child. There's some creator. For what? For some piece of paper or canvas, which is 2 by 2 or 3 by 5 or whatever. Now, how big is the canvas of the world? You intuitively know for a 2 by 2 canvas or a 3 by 5 canvas, there is a painter who has done it. Okay, he spent some time, he put his mind, his effort, blood, sweat, and tear, and he painted it. Now I'm seeing it in the museum. But you look at the whole existence, which is infinite canvas, but never our mind moves to the creator, but only the problems in creation. You understand? It's like looking at the painting and telling, instead of asking, oh, who made this beautiful painting? You are only finding faults in the painting. This is not correct. Nose is not correct. This color is not correct. If I was there, I would have done better. Okay. So instead of asking the source, questioning who is the painter, there's an interference again. There's an interference. Instead of asking who is the creator, knowing the creator, you are telling all the problems in the creation. Okay. Now, this chapter is about understanding who is the creator. Not only who is the creator, the creation also. Sri Krishna Paramatma earlier told about he's a creator. Now he's going to tell about how he's the creation. That is the difference between the earlier chapter and this chapter. Okay. Now, to create anything, the artist to paint anything, there are two causes required. Okay. There are two things required, two elements required. One is the artist. Okay. That artist is called Nimitta Karana. Okay. Meaning he is the intelligent cause. Then the artist needs tools. I need brush. I need canvas. I need colors. They are called Upadana Karana, meaning material cause. So Nimitta Karana, intelligent cause. Nimitta Karana, material cause. Is it clear? So the artist needs paint, brush, water. That is Upadana Karana. This is sculptor. Sculptor is the Nimitta Karana. He's intelligent. He's applying his intelligence and discrimination. Okay, where to chip, where not to chip, because he has only one shot. If he chips in the wrong place, he has to get a new stone. Okay. Then there is a stone, which is the Upadana Karana. Is it clear? Nimitta Karana, Upadana Karana. Sri Krishna Paramatma tells, for the world, earlier he's told, I am the Nimitta Karana. I am the creator of the world, because like how you visualize your dream world and you create a dream world and experience it. I am the Nimitta Karana for the world. What is the Upadana for the world? Like the artist uses brush, the sculptor uses stone, the potter uses mud. What did Lord use to make the world? Lord is a creator. I see a creation, there should be a creator, that I understand. Okay, there's an intelligent cause. Lord is super intelligent because the world is so complex. It's you can see the intelligence in the world. I agree. It's an intelligent existence. But what is the upadana? What is the material used for the world? Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells, I am the nimitta karana. I am also the upadana karana. In the case of the artist, there's a separation, there's a duality. Nimitta karana, upadana karana, there's a duality. Okay? In the case of the potter, there's a duality. The potter is there, mud is there. And two of them come together and there's a pot. But in the case of Bhagavan, there is no duality. He is the upadana karana. He is the nimitta karana. Meaning, he is the intelligent cause and he becomes the world. Okay? Not that he got some mud and made the world. There's no mud for the Lord. So there's a story. There are scientists in the future, in the advanced future. The scientists have figured out how to make a human being. Okay, I've told this story before. They have figured out how to make an actual human, not artificial intelligence, a real human being. They have figured out how to make flesh and blood, panchabhutas. So they call God. So God, we have figured out how to make a human being. We don't need you anymore. So you can take vacation. We will continue the world. So Bhagavan says, okay, very good. But let's have a contest. So that I am confident that your human being is good. Okay. So both of us will make a human being. Whoever makes the better human being gets the rights to continue to make human beings. Okay. So fine. There's a contest that is set up. God will make a human being here in this stall. Scientists will make a human being in their stall. The scientists now start to make a human being. They need upadana karana. Nimitta karana is there, their head. You need upadana karana, right? Upadana karana, they start bringing mud, they start bringing water, they start bringing fire. Okay, they start bringing so many other things. Lord says, no, this is cheating. Wait, stop. This is cheating. You have to bring your own mud. You can't use my mud. Okay? Whatever is there in existence is Bhagwan's. Okay? And whatever is there in existence is Bhagwan. There's no some other source from which Bhagwan has got to make the world. Bhagwan appears as the world. And the appearance of the world, appearance of Bhagwan as the world, is called the Vibhuti of Bhagwan. So if you ask what is Bhagwan's power, you're looking at it. The world is Bhagwan's power. You understand? That infinite world, if you go start exploring deeper into matter, it is mind-boggling. The matter is mind-boggling. Okay? To give you an example, all of you have, all of you are alive? Okay?
Yeah.
You're alive? So, Dr. Kavin, do you know about the human heart?
Yes, Guruji.
So, you know the capability of the human heart? Your heart is beating right now? All of your heart is beating right now? So, let's take one example of the glory of Bhagwan. The human heart, how much blood does it pump in a day? You know how much blood it pumps in a day? It pumps blood. If it stops pumping blood, what happens? Cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is arrest. You're arrested. You're at rest. I don't know if you're at rest. Other people are at rest. Good riddance. Okay. So the heart pumps 9,000 liters of blood per day. Now you can imagine, just in your framework of a body, 9,000 liters of blood are being pumped. Can you imagine? 9,000 liters. To store 9,000 liters will take like so many buckets. But in your entire body, the that blood is being pumped, 9,000 liters. And in a lifetime, 2.5 billion liters of blood you would have pumped, the heart would have pumped in one lifetime of 80, 90 years. Okay? Now, so you tell, so what? It's just pumping blood. What is the big deal? Now, to pump blood, it cannot pump without energy. The heart itself, so there's a superhero called Iron Man. You know Iron Man? Everybody knows Iron Man. So Iron Man has one device here. That's what makes him Iron Man. He has a machine here. That machine is stopping some instruments, foreign instruments, from attacking the body. And what is running the machine is his own heart. The heart has the energy to run a truck, ordinary truck, for 30 kilometers. Just close the door. Huh? Okay? And the amount of energy it produces in a lifetime is equivalent to, it's so much energy that can take somebody to the moon and back. Okay? So in a lifetime, your heart has produced so much energy. If used, it can take a person to the moon and it can bring the person back. That is a capability of an ordinary human heart, according to science. Dr. Kavin, is it true or false?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that is the, what is that? That is the glory of Bhagwan. So you ask, what did Bhagwan do for me? He didn't do anything for me. Okay, he's not doing anything at all. So I have so many trouble. He's not even solving one problem of me. He is making sure that your heart beats. That's only about heart. I'm not even talking about your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, your brain function, which has your brain. If I talk about the brain, it's another, we need another university for that. The miracle that the brain is, the miracle that the heart is, the miracle that the eye is, the miracle that the ear is. Your life is a miracle, practically. Okay? And that is your life. Multiply that by 9 billion people. Multiply that by all the other creatures. And the permutation combination of their coexistence. In the permutation combination of the coexistence of on the planet that they're in, which is called Earth, in relation to other, I don't know, 3 trillion galaxies which have planets like Earth. All of that have to operate. Okay? And that is Bhagavan. And people just casually tell, there is no God. There is no God. I am an atheist. And they're proud about it. I am an atheist. There is no God. Who is making your heart beat? Who is making you say there's no God? To say that there is no God, you have to. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was he's a divine being. And one day an atheist comes to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to prove to him that God is not there. Very logically. He's compassionate on Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And he compassionately explains step by step how God is not there. After Ramakrishna hears, he bows down to him with tears in his eyes. And Ramakrishna tells that Divine Mother is so great that she has blessed you with such great intelligence, using which you are proving that she's not there. Okay? Then before he is married, his friends and family, they want to get him married. So to get him married, he has to have infatuation with a woman. So they take him to a club where there's a dancer lady. There's a lady who's dancing. That lady is dancing very provocatively. Ramakrishna is intently seeing. Then all his friends are happy. Now the bug of lust has caught him. Now he'll get married. Okay, now he wants a woman. Then she dances, and then she stops. The moment she stops, Ramakrishna holds her feet. And he looks at her and he says, Ma. Okay? Then that lady who was also a co-conspirator, she starts crying. He feels I was trying to seduce him, but he has purified me just with one word called Ma. Okay, so Ramakrishna doesn't see the lady who's dancing. He only sees the Divine Mother. Wow, such a glory of the Divine Mother. Everything that he sees, for him, it is Divine Mother. And that is the message of this chapter. Everything that you see, everything that you hear, everything that you touch, everything that you experience is Bhagwan. There is no other Bhagwan. Okay, that's what Shri Krishna tells. I am the Nimitta Karana who is beyond, formless. But don't think I'm just formless. Don't think I'm just beyond, formless, sitting somewhere and creating the world. No, I am beyond the world. I am formless, but I am also the world. You understand? I pervade the world. I am in the world as the world. I am the sky. I am the water. I am the mountain. I am the wall. I am the stone. And how, what he is in this entire chapter, he goes on explaining one by one what I am, what I am, what I am, what I am. And when Bhagwan says I am, it is a little different from when the human being says I am. Don't think Bhagwan is saying I am this, I am that. Don't think it's egoistic. Okay? When Bhagwan says I am the sky, it's not a statement of ego. It's a statement of fact. Because when Bhagwan says I am the sky, he is referring to it's like water saying I am wave. It's like water saying I am ocean. It's like water saying I am bubble. It's like water saying I am whirlpool. Okay? Water is whirlpool. Water is wave. Water is ocean. Water is foam. Water is bubble. So what Krishna tells, how he is everything, is what this chapter is. So the first part of the chapter, this chapter, is the Bhagavan tells the glory of his Vibhutis. He has to tell the glory. Okay? And the benefit of knowing the glory. Okay? Then what are the benefits of knowing the glory? He explains from shloka number 4 to 7. Then shloka number 8 to 11, he tells, so the world is my form. I am the world. That is called the Virat Rupa. Somebody who worships the world as me, what is the benefit of that devotion? He tells the phala of having bhakti to the totality. Then Arjuna asks a question. He is curious now. Arjuna tells, please tell me in detail about your vibhutis. Okay. Now, once he does that, Krishna goes on non-stop, going into detail of his glories. He goes on telling, I am this, I am that, I am mountain, I am what it is, I'll tell you in detail. But this is just an overview. So he tells about his divine manifestations to Arjuna after Arjuna asks the question. Is it clear? So I told you first few shlokas, it's about the glory of the Vibhuti, the glory of Bhagwan, the Vibhuti of Bhagwan. And to understand the glory, you need some motives or identifiers. For example, you go into a market, you go into a marketplace for shopping, okay, or a mall or somewhere. You see so many people, right? So many people dressed in so many ways. Somebody's dressed in a suit, somebody dressed in a salwar, somebody is dressed with gold, somebody is dressed, somebody is undressed, somebody is mini dressed, right? Then you see somebody in a uniform, army uniform or navy uniform or Air Force uniform, right? Then you see stars on their uniform. They're probably a glorified veteran. Immediately, your mind goes to the glory of the armed forces. You understand? Then there is a flag. You see a flag, the flag of India. That becomes a motive, a pointer to the glory of the great country called Bharata. Okay? Or you see some, you hear something, Vande Mataram, or some slogan, Satyameva Jayate, or the constitution. Immediately, that your mind goes to the glory of the country. In the same way, when you see the sky, the cloud, the sun, the tree, the ocean, the animals, the fruits, the human beings, your mind needs to go to Bhagwan, whose glory you're seeing actually. You understand? Like how does the uniform of the army person, of the soldier, reminds you of the glory that it represents. Everything in existence, the water, the sky, the tree, the breeze, the cold, the heat, is nothing but the glory of Bhagavan. The seasons, the other human beings, everything is a reminder. So people ask, where is God? According to Sri Krishna Paramatma or Sanatana Dharma, the question is absurd because how are you missing God? Okay, it's not to tell that God is here, God is there. How are you missing? Because everywhere you see, whatever you see is nothing but Paramatma. Whatever seen, heard, touched is nothing but Paramatma. Now, if you're not able to recognize it, then there's some correction required in your understanding. That correction is the Vibhuti Yogana. So Krishna is telling so that the effect of this is there is a correction in your interpretation of the perception, not the correction in perception. Don't think after listening to the chapter I will look at the sky, I will see God. No, you will look at the sky, you will see the sky, but you will look at the sky just the way when you go to a gold shop, what you are seeing everywhere, you are seeing rings, you are seeing necklaces, you are seeing bracelets, but what are you actually seeing? You are seeing nothing but gold. In the same way, realizing the Virat Rupa doesn't mean that you will see something else. You will see the sky, but you will recognize the sky is nothing but Bhagwan. Just the way when you see the necklace, you recognize nothing but gold, right? The gold is the cause for Upadana Karana for the necklace. In the same way, the sky is the what you see, but the Karana, the creator and what is made up of is nothing but Bhagwan. And that is the Vibhuti of Bhagavan. Okay, now shloka number 6 in the 10th chapter, Krishna tells, so until now, whatever I explained is the meaning of the shloka numbers 1 to 9. Now shloka number, 1 to 5. Now shloka number 6. Sri Krishna tells, so the whole world, as a nimitta karana, I created with my intention, with my imagination. Then I created Brahmaji. So that's why you see from the Narayana's stomach, the Brahma appearing. I created the Brahma. How did I create the Brahma? I became the Brahma. Okay? I became Brahma. I became the creator. This is one issue that people have in other religions. They tell, you worship so many gods. We have only one God. We have one God, one book, one way. You have so many gods, so many books, okay, so many masters, so many ways. There's a confusion. There are no so many gods. So Krishna clarifies, I am Paramatma. There's only Paramatma. That Paramatma takes on a role of creation. He is known as Brahma. The Brahman becomes Brahma for the sake of creation. The same Brahman becomes Vishnu for sake of sustenance. Okay, he became Brahma. Then Brahma had 4 children, the Sanat Kumaras. Okay, and they had to start creation, but they didn't want to start creation because they were born realized. They are Advaita and Purna, and they're so Purna that they don't want to create. Okay, then Brahma creates rishis, Sapta rishis. So Krishna tells, I created Brahma. Then as Brahma, I created the rishis. Then I told the rishis to start the process of creation. Then the whole creation started happening. Then he says, the whole creation started happening, the sky, the earth, the moon, the water, all that. And then the people were populated into the world. Not only that, but the subjective experience of the people, not only the objective experience of people, but even the subjective experience of people, I had to become that. So Krishna gives an example list. Bhagavan gives a sample list of what subjective experience I became. So people have discrimination. Okay. Viveka, I am that. People have wisdom. Okay. I am that wisdom. People have delusion or lack of delusion. Both I am. People have forgiveness. Somebody forgives somebody. Okay. It is a noble quality. Krishna tells, I am that. Now he's in the shloka number 4 to 5. He's only given a sample list. Okay. Because Arjuna has not asked the question yet. He's a sample list. I am the discrimination. I am the wisdom. I am the forgiveness. I am the control of the senses. I am the charity. The peace of mind you experience, I am that. The joy you experience, I am that. The sorrow you experience, I am that. The death you experience, I am that. The fear you experience, I am that. The courage you experience, I am that. The equanimity you experience, I am that. The fame you experience, I am that. The abuse you experience, I am also that. So in shloka number 4 to 5, he calls out all these subjective experiences. So next time when you have a subjective experience of fear, of sorrow, of joy, of forgiveness, of calmness, don't ever think it is you and yours. What it is, what is it? It is Paramatma only appearing as that. There's nothing in the world apart from Paramatma. And Paramatma is listing out some so that you don't exclude something. So that you don't say, okay, the good quality is Paramatma, the bad quality is not Paramatma. No. It is Paramatma is all inclusive. There's no exclusive. There's no exclusion. How can you exclude something out of Paramatma? Everything is Paramatma. Okay? And he gives a sample list. And I already told you, the heartbeat is Paramatma. The heart, the beating, how glorious it is. Okay, that is the act of Paramatma. It is not an individual act. Don't ever think I am making my heart beat. You don't even know that your heart was doing all this stuff for you. Right? Don't ever think that you are thinking, because the brain is as or more magnificent than the heart. Its operation is a miracle. And who is doing that? Paramatma. Who's making you see? Paramatma. Who's making you breathe? Paramatma. And Paramatma is the object, is the subject, is the world, and is also that which is beyond the world. And that is the glory of Paramatma. That's why we have a chanting sukta called Purusha Sukta. Okay? So, Prasadji, you know Purusha Sukta? Do you know how to chant it? Chant it?
Yes.
Can you chant just the first 2 lines?
Sahasrashirasha Purushah Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhomim Vishwato Vrutva Atyatishta Dashangulam.
Sahasrashirsha Purusha, Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. Sahasrashirsha means it is describing the Purusha. Purusha means Paramatma. The Paramatma, it's describing how Paramatma is. He has Sahasra Shira. Shira means head. So now you start thinking, oh, somebody with thousands of heads. Sahasra is thousands of heads. No. You know why it is told Sahasra Shirsha Purusha? Sahasra Shirsha Purusha means every head is his head. So where are the 1,000 heads? My head is his head. Your head is his head. All our heads are part of his head. Sahasraksha. Aksha is eyes. All our eyes are his eyes. In fact, there are no my eyes, it's only his eyes. Sahasraksha Sahasrabhat. Sabhumim Vishwato Vrittva. All the directions are him. Padosya Ashwa Bhutani. The entire world is his feet. Now, somebody who doesn't understand the spiritual language of Sanskrit, they start misinterpreting the description of Lord as a body with thousands of heads, like Ravana. No. Paramatma is all pervading. All our heads are his head. That's why Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. Now, I told you earlier, this is the Virat Rupa of Bhagwan. So there's a Virat Rupa, there's a Hiranyagarbha Rupa. Virat is gross, what you see the world, gross world. It's called Virat Rupa of Bhagwan. There's a Hiranyagarbha Rupa, which is the subtle, from which the gross comes. Okay, you can think of it as energy, what science calls as quantum realm, energy. Then there's a causal Rupa of Bhagwan, okay, which is called Ishvara or Lord. And then there is Parabrahma, who is beyond creation. So there's Lord in creation and there's a Lord beyond creation. The example that I can give you is, there is you in the waking state and there's you in the dream state, in a dream world, simultaneously. In the same way, simultaneously Lord is beyond the world and in the world. You understand this? Just the way you understand your dream. You're on a bed sleeping in the waking state, okay? Completely unaware of the projection of the dream, completely unaware that you're actually in some place in the dream experiencing something, but simultaneously experiencing and beyond experience. In the same way, Lord is Parabrahma Narayana, beyond creation. He is not even aware of the creation. But simultaneously, he creates and he becomes the creation. Okay, and that creation is called Saguna Rupa of the Bhagwan. Now, if you worship the Saguna Rupa, you can worship God. In the earlier chapter, Arjuna asks, how do I worship you? Okay, so the worship that you know of Paramatma is worship of some form. So you have an idol that you worship, or you worship some deity, you offer flowers, you do some worship, you do some puja. Okay, that is the worship of the Saguna Rupa, but that is only indicative. The real worship is worship of the Virat Rupa, worship of the totality. How will you worship the totality? You can worship the idol with Patram Pushpam Phalam in your puja room, and you can bow down. Okay, that is only pointer. Now, how do you worship the actual, which is the Virat Rupa? Krishna tells, you worship the Lord through karma yoga, through seva. To do seva, to do pancha yajna, rishi yajna, bhuta yajna, manusya yajna, deva yajna, pitri yajna, to work as in service of mankind, to work in service of totality, in existence. That is your worship to Virat Rupa. Okay, seva, yajna, karma yoga. Wherever you are, to do what you're doing 100% is worship of the Lord. You understand? That is called karma yoga. To do seva, to go the extra mile and do seva, that is called yajna, or the worship of Saguna Brahma. And when you do this, don't think it doesn't have any effect. Krishna tells in shloka number 7, those who worship the Virat Rupa through seva, karma yoga, in their life, I will appear as Guru and I will give them Gnana and Moksha. So the phala of doing worship is Lord appears in your life as Guru, gives you Atma Gnana and liberates you from the Apurnatva. Okay? Then Sri Krishna goes on to he says, those who worship me this way, I will give them wisdom and they will realize me. To realize Bhagavan is infinite, like the ocean. To realize Bhagavan is it's like some individual trying to understand the ocean. Ocean is very deep, very vast. You can only understand the ocean. The example given is how much water will you take from the ocean depends on what vessel you carry. Somebody who goes to the ocean with a spoon, he is able to get a spoonful of water. Somebody who goes to ocean with a bucket, he gets a bucket full of water. Somebody who goes to ocean with a tanker, he gets a tanker full of water. Somebody who goes to ocean with a net, he gets fish. He catches fish from the ocean. So how you approach Bhagavan, ye yatha mam prapadyante, tam sthathaiva bhajamya. That is the response you'll get. Because there is no way you'll be able to understand totality. Because there's no such instrument that can capture the ocean. Like how there's no instrument that can take the whole ocean. In the same way, there's no way you can understand Bhagavan totally. And Bhagavan tells in this chapter, forget about you understanding Bhagavan totally. I myself can't tell about my Vibhuti. It is so much that I can't even verbalize it. For your benefit that you're asking me, I will tell some of my Vibhuti. But please don't think this is just it. This is the trailer of a trailer. This is only a small glimpse. My Vibhuti is infinite. It cannot be told. Because words are the most inefficient tools of communication. Okay? Eyes are better communicator. Okay? Words, sometimes pictures are better communicator. So a picture, there is a picture is more than speaks 1,000 words. So what words cannot tell. So imagine if you have to tell about patriotism. Okay? No matter what words you use, you will somewhere fall short. But if you have one picture of somebody who really sacrificed their life, maybe a Bhagat Singh or a Veer Savarkar, okay? Somebody who embodies those words, that communicates more than you can write essays about patriotism, right? And that's what even the Guru is supposed to be. You have all the Vedas, Shastras, Upanishads, Granthas, that Grantha, this system, Buddhism, Jainism. But one Guru, not even Guru, just the Paduka of the Guru. That's why Shankaracharya wrote Guru Paduka Sotram. Just the Paduka of the Guru brings me liberation because it communicates to me all that all the scriptures cannot communicate to me. That is the greatness of one right motive. Okay, so Krishna tells my words are very limited to explain my own glory, but because you have asked, I will explain. But please understand, he starts with a disclaimer. Okay, when Arjuna asks, I want to know your glory, Arjuna says, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. I understand you are the Brahma, you are the totality, but I want to know from your own words about you. Then Krishna's first disclaimer, Arjuna, in shloka number 19, disclaimer he gives. This is only indicative. It is only a trailer. I cannot explain because words fall short. This is only indicative list. But there is another way that you can know me. The best way to know me is to realize who you are. Okay, before he starts the exhaustive list, first he gives a disclaimer. He gives the way out. He says, I'm giving you an explanation. It's only indicative. My glories are infinite. I'm still telling you. But there's another way out. You want to realize me. It's like this. There's a sweet, gulab jamun or jalebi. There's a description of the sweet. Okay, it's made with this much ghee. It has this much sugar. It has a processing time, all that. Then there's a direct experience of the sweet. You eat the sweet. So Krishna tells, there's a direct way to realize me. That is, find who am I. I am the I in you. What you call as you, what you call as I, is me. So go to the I, find who am I, and you will directly realize me. You'll become one with me. Okay? Now, having said that, Krishna Paramatma, now from shloka number 10.21, that's 21st shloka, he starts explaining the glories of, the vibhutis of himself. So we'll go ahead with the vibhutis of Bhagavan. Any doubts so far? Shilpa, Radhika, Rashmi following? Shantiji, Seema, Mithali?
Yes, Guruji, following.
Yes, Guruji.
Guruji.
Clear so far, Guruji?
Okay, any doubts so far?
None.
No.
Okay, now Krishna starts his glory. He says there are 12 Adityas. Okay, the 12 Adityas, 12 sons. Among the 12 sons, I am Aditya. So people who chant, who know, who probably do yoga or yogasana, every time you do one asana in the Surya Namaskara, there is one mantra that you chant about Surya. What is that? Hiranyagarbhaya, Savitre Namaha, Pushne Namaha, right? Marichaya Namaha. There are 12 names. Sri Krishna Paramatma tells, among the 12, I am, among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. And so Krishna is telling, in the Adi Bhautika, in the physical world, I am the sun. I am the highest. But at the same time, that 12, if you know in Yogasana, you're chanting 12, the 12 represents the 6 chakras. 6 chakras up, 6, because you're moving the energy in the Surya Namaskara up and down inside. So in the glories of Bhagavan, you need to not only understand the physical, that is in the macrocosm, but you also need to understand the microcosm. Okay, equivalent microcosm. When Sri Krishna Paramahamsa tells, I am, of the 12 Adityas, I am Vishnu, I am the radiating sun. He is the sun on the outside, but he's on the inside, he's telling, I am the 6 chakras, and among the 6 chakras, the highest chakra is Ajna chakra. Okay, then there's a 7th chakra, which is Sahasrara, which is not actually chakra, which is beyond the physical, which is realization. So I am the sun, and that in the microcosm is I am the chakras, and among the chakras I am the highest, the Adana chakra. Then he says, I am the sun. The sun also represents the sun. With the rise of the sun, everything awakens in the world. Okay, the sun also represents Buddhi Shakti. On the outside is the sun, on the inside it is Ajna chakra and intellect, my Buddhi. The Buddhi is Paramatma. Then Shri Krishna tells, I am Marichi, and of the stars, I am the moon. So the moon, on the outside is the moon, and on the microcosm, the moon represents the mind. Shri Krishna tells, I am the moon, and when he says I am the moon, I am among the stars, I am the moon, and I am The moon represents the mind. I am the mind in you. What you call as mind in you is nothing but me. Of the Vedas, there are 4 Vedas. Of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. So, one more thing before I continue. Krishna, in all of these statements, he is giving a comparative analysis. He's telling there are 4 Vedas. Of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. So, he's always telling there are 12 sons. Of the 12 sons, I am something highest. Then you'll ask the question, oh, that means what are the others? Okay. The reason why he's glorifying the glorified in all those is to tell in that particular you will see my reflection more. You understand? You're able to appreciate my reflection more in the best among the best. That's the reason why he calls out a specific entity in that category. So Vedas is a category. Okay, in that Veda category, there are 4 subcategories. There are 4 items. In the 4 items, he calls out one particularly. Why? Because among that, what is the highest is me, is the closest to me. Because I reflect more in that. So among the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Okay, Samaveda is a Veda of music. Now that's in the macrocosm. In the microcosm, what is Samaveda? In you, Veda is knowledge. Sama means, Sama is balanced. The calmness of meditation, the Samadhi, is Paramatma. So you have a waking state, you have a dream state, you have a deep sleep state. No doubt all that is Paramatma. But the Samadhi that you experience, okay, which is the 4th, is Turiya. He says, that is me. Why? In that you're able to appreciate me more because that is more non-dual. Okay. Then he says, I am among the Devatas. I am Indra. I am Indra because he's the commander who's the leader of the Devatas. Then in the microcosm, the Indra represents Indriyas. Your mind is the control of the Indriyas and sense organs. Because ultimately, any input to the sense organ, it becomes the input to the processing unit. Somebody has to process that input. Okay, that is the mind. So the mind represents Indra. So Krishna tells, I am Indra, I am Samaveda, I am the sun, I am the moon. Then among the 11 Rudras, I am Shankara. I am Kubera. I am the guardian of all the directions. Okay. Among the mountains, I am the Meru. Again, macrocosm, he's referring to the Devatas. That I am the Devatas, I am Kubera, I am the directions. Then the mountain, I am the Meru. Now, all those translate into microcosm. The Shankara represents the inner consciousness. The Kubera is the Lord of wealth. Kubera on the microcosm represents your desire, Kama. The desire is also Bhagavan. Because without desire, there's no life, there's no growth. Okay? Lord appears in you as desire. And don't think your desires are individual desires. It's my desire. Meri chai, nay. Your desires are actually Bhagavan's desires. So what desire you have? Somebody has a desire, I want children. That is not an individual desire. That is a desire of Bhagavan to expand creation. Somebody has a desire, I want wealth. That is not an individual desire. That is a desire of the Bhagavan to bring abundance in many lives, prosperity. Somebody has a desire, I want to expand my kingdom. That is not an individual desire. That is a desire of the Bhagavan to establish dharma. You understand? Now imagine a Kshatriya, Pandavas have no desire. Okay? they'll give away all their, okay, take all my kingdom to Kauravas. Then there is adharma in the society. But the Lord appears as desire. Okay, he also appears as the pain of losing, not having it. That makes the person, individual move. So Kubera represents desire. Then Krishna tells there are 8 vayus, winds, different types of winds. And among the winds, I am Pavakaha. The wind represents the willpower. Willpower in you. Wind is moving, right? With your intention, you move. The wind represents the intention. Lord appears as the wind on the outside and the intention on the inside. Okay? And Lord says, among the mountains, I am Meru. So the Meru mountain translates as the mountain is your, Meru is the spinal cord. Okay? The Lord operates as the spinal cord in which the prana moves, which enables your life. Then shloka number 10.24. Among the priests, I am Brihaspati Acharya. Okay? The Brihaspati Acharya is the highest among the priests. And he says, Krishna says, I am that. Krishna is always selecting the best of the best. Nothing secondary. I am the best of the best. I am among the priests, I am Brihaspati Acharya. And the Brihaspati on the inside becomes your Brihaspati Acharya. There are 2 Acharyas, Brihaspati Acharya and Shukracharya. Brihaspati Acharya is the teacher of Devatas. Shukracharya is the teacher of Asuras. Okay? There is the Devata Shakti, the inner wisdom in you that awakens your good qualities. That is Brihaspati in the microcosm, in you. So Krishna tells, I am Brihaspati Acharya. I am among the warriors. I am Skanda, Kartikeya, Skanda. He is known as the commander-in-chief of all the Devatas, Subramanya. And the Subramanya, who is 6-faced on the inside, represents your 6 chakras and the Kundalini that moves within that chakra. Okay? Among the Sagara, among the oceans, I am Sagara. And its ocean represents the heart. The heart has a potential to be oceanic. That's why there's some great guru called Bhagavan Rajneesh. Later point in his life, people started calling him as Osho. Osho means oceanic heart. Okay, the heart has a capacity, when it becomes purified, it can become oceanic. Impure, it is like a pond. A pond is impure. A small pond, if the water body is small, it becomes impure. That's why you don't drink when you are thirsty. You don't drink from a pond. You don't drink from a small water body, which is stagnant. Why? Because it has impurities. But you will drink from a river which is moving. Okay? Which is bigger. So the heart has a capacity to be small, to be impure, or to be like flow like a river. When it flows like a river, it's called bhakti. Okay? It is called Radha. The heart can become Radha. Radha is flow towards Krishna. Or it can become oceanic, enlightened, Osho. This is the possibility for the heart. So Krishna tells, I am Sagara, ocean. Again, please understand, when he tells anything, you have to look at both macrocosm and microcosm. Brahmanda and Pindanda. So Yat Brahmande, Tat Pindande. On the Brahmanda, he is referring to ocean. In the Pindanda, he is referring to the oceanic heart. Then among the rishis, among the Sapta Rishi, I am Bhrigu. Okay? Bhrigu Maharshi is considered the highest among the Sapta Rishis. And in the microcosm, the Bhrigu Maharshi represents Sahaja Samadhi. Okay? Or Jivan Mukta. So all the Jivan Muktas that you see are nothing but me, Bhagavan. Among the words, I am Omkara. Why? Because that is Bhagwan's name. Omkara. It is a cosmic sound. In the Brahmanda, it's a cosmic sound from which appears the entire creation. In the Pindanda, it is the sound that I hear in my deep meditative state. And my mind becomes deeply silent. There is a deep anahata nada. Okay? And that anahata nada is called Omkara. Among the yajnas, Krishna tells there are many yajnas. Among the yajnas, I am Japa Yajna. He's naming out which is the highest yajna. Which is the highest yajna? Japa Yajna. Why? Because to do any other yajna, there are ingredients required. You people have to come, you need fire, you need ghee, you need so many other things. You need money to buy all those, right? But the highest and greatest yajna, Krishna calls out, is Japa Yajna, chanting the name of Lord, which doesn't cost anything. You can just say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So in chanting the name of the Lord, the mind becomes purified. Okay? Nothing purifies more than Japa Yajna. And Japa Yajna is the mind on the inside, the mind which is constantly chanting the name of the Lord. The mind which is devoted. And there's no effort in that. An effortless chanting of the name of the Lord. Because you have the Jnana of Bhagavan. The Jnana leads to a deep inner calling for Bhagavan. And Krishna tells, among the mountains, I am Himalaya, which is the abode of Shiva. The Himalaya represents enlightenment, the peak of human experience. So among the mountains, I am Himalaya. I am Bhrigu, I am Himalaya, I am ocean. Then he says, I am among the trees, I am Ashwatha tree. So among the trees, the tree that gives most oxygen, the Ashwatha tree, Krishna tells, I am that. That same tree, the tree has roots. Roots in the tree represents Jiva, individual. Because the tree is stuck, it cannot move. Why? Because it's rooted in earth. The tree represents the Jiva. Okay? Now Krishna tells, I am Ashwatha tree. The difference between this tree is, this tree doesn't have roots in the earth. It has roots in the sky. It's in Ulta tree. Okay? The Ashwatha tree represents a Jiva, but this Jiva is no longer Jiva. He's become Shiva. He's no longer rooted in earth. He's no longer rooted in matter. He's rooted now in consciousness. Because of Jnana, he's realized he's not the body. And Krishna tells, I am Ashwatha tree. Among the sages, he says, I am Narada. Narada is Triloka Sanchari. Okay? He goes on Triloka Sanchari. The Triloka represents waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Three lokas. And who is the Sanchari of the three lokas? It is you, Atma. Okay? When you realize your Atma, you realize you are beyond the three states. So Narada on the macrocosm represents the sage Narada, who is Triloka Sanchari, the great devotee of Vishnu. But the inner Narada represents Atma. And among the Gandharvas are musicians. Krishna is elaborating on all of this because it's twofold. One fold is, maybe Arjuna is able to recognize some of this because he's a prince. He has education. For you or me, it's all out of context. What is this Gandharva? What is this 12 these things? But somebody who has that education, who's come from the education system, who understands Devatas, who understands Gandharvas, Siddhas, mountains, right? Existence in that way, they are able to go deeper and understand what Krishna tells when he says, among the mountains I am male. Okay, there's a context. So among the Gandharvas are musicians. Okay, now please understand, every musician that you see in the world, so people are crazy about rock stars and musicians, right? They flock in lakhs and thousands to the concert. And we think they're individuals. They're actually they're called Gandharvas. They are higher order beings who have descended to, that's why they have that power over a certain critical mass. The Gandharvas are musicians. And among the Gandharvas, Krishna tells, I am Chitraratha, who is the greatest of the Gandharvas. The Chitraratha on the inside, on the microcosm, represents the Chitta, the good purified images that you have, good samskaras that you've picked up, which leads you towards a guru. Among the Siddhas, I am Kapila Rishi. Kapila Rishi represents the enlightened one. Among the weapons, there are many weapons. Among the weapons, I am Vajrayudha. Okay, the Vajrayudha is the thunderbolt in the hands of Indra. That is he said, Krishna said, among the weapons, I am Vajrayudha, the one in the hands of Indra. The Vajrayudha is nothing but represents the spinal cord again. Okay, it is your weapon that you use to destroy ignorance. The upward movement of the energy in you destroys the ignorance and liberates you from the lower tendencies and moves the energy back to its source, Sahasrara. Among the cows, I am Kamadhenu. Okay, the wish-fulfilling cow. Among the serpents, I am Vasuki. Okay, there are an order of snakes. Among them, I am Vasuki. Among the water deities, I am Varuna. Among the Devatas, among the Pitru Devatas, I am Aryama. Among the god of death, I am the time principle, because time consumes everything. I am time. I am the lord of death. Among the devotees, in the demons, in the category of demons, there are devotees. In the Daityas, among them, I am Prahalada. Okay, I am Prahalada because he is born in the family of the devotees, Rakshasas, but he's a devotee. Then among the animals, I am lion. The lion represents, so we see Ma Durga sitting on the lion. The lion represents the animal tendency in the human being. Okay, it's passion. But somebody who's mastered it, okay, there's a possibility in the human life to master the mind. And when you master mind, the mind doesn't run you, you run the mind. So Krishna tells, I am among the lion, I am the animals, I am the lion. Among the birds, he says, I am Garuda. The Garuda is the Vahana of Vishnu. Among the warriors, among the Kshatriyas, I am Rama. Why? He's the embodiment of Dharma. Among the water animals, I am the crocodile. The crocodile's grip is very strong. Crocodile represents the desire for flesh, kama, lust, the desire for sex. Because the grip of that is very strong. It's very hard to get rid of it. So he says, I am that one. You suffer with that grip, but please understand, I am that. Now, the moment whenever Krishna is telling, I am these subjective entities in the microcosm, the moment your drishti, your sight, transforms with this knowledge, when you look at your own uprising tendency of fear or suffering or rage, the moment you say, oh, Lord is appearing in me as this feeling, as this emotion, that energy transforms. Okay? Otherwise, you're always fighting with it. You're always rejecting it. The moment you say, when Krishna tells, I am the fear in you, that moment you realize, oh, the fear is an energy movement in me, that Krishna is appearing, Lord is appearing in me as an energy, and it is for some reason. There's a total acceptance of that. And in that acceptance, that energy transforms into a liberating energy from a pain-giving energy. The same energy, Maya Shakti, becomes Kundalini Shakti. Okay? The same energy which is going downward and outward gets transformed, becomes inward and upward. Okay? Among the rivers, I am Ganga because I purify. I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end of all creatures. Okay? I am the Atmangnana in the people. So people say, I have Atmangnana. There's nothing special. I am the Atmangnana. I appear as the Atmangnana in people. I am the liberation. Okay? Then there are all these people who do Vada, Tarka. I am the Tarka in them. That's the story of Ramakrishna that I told you earlier. Ramakrishna bows down to the Tarka Shastra person, recognizing the Tarka Shastra is Bhagwan. So next time when you see somebody abusing you, somebody who is outsmarting you, somebody who's beautiful, somebody who's glorious, somebody who's able to has some talent, your mind moves now from the person to the quality, from the quality to the Bhagwan. Because everything is nothing but the Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Okay? Somebody has wealth, it is a Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Somebody has beauty, it is a Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Somebody is intelligent, it is a Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Somebody has some talent, it is a Vibhuti of Bhagwan. Everything is nothing but the Vibhuti of Paramatma. So Krishna goes on to tell, further elaborate from shloka. This is only, I have only covered till shloka number 32. There are 10 more shlokas. In the 10 more shlokas, Krishna tells, I am about time, about alphabets. He talks about that I am death, I am the Devatas, and among the Devatas, who I am. Then he talks about hymns. Then he talks about the Gayatri mantra. He talks about seasons. There are many seasons. Among the seasons, I am the season of spring. Among the months, I am Margashira Masa. The Margashira Masa is just before the Uttarayana Kala starts, which is very auspicious for spiritual practices. So this way, Krishna goes on telling about his glories. Now, in shloka number 36, he tells something very peculiar. He says, among the gamblers, I am the gambling. In the gamblers, I am the gambling. In the sattvic people, I am the sattva guna. Okay? In the radiant people, there are some people who have radiance. In the radiant people, I am radiance. So I understand Krishna telling, I am the Ganga, I am the mountain, I am the Rishi, I am the Bhrigu, I am the sun, I am the moon. But how can I be the gambling how can Krishna tell I am the gambling among the gamblers? The gambling refers to tamoguna. Okay? The tamoguna, you're a mixture of tamoguna, rajoguna, and sattoguna. The tamoguna is also a play of Maya. So Krishna appears as tamoguna, as avidya Maya, and also appears as vidya Maya. Among now, he says, among the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. He picks Arjuna. Okay, among the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Why? Because the Bhagavad Gita has been told to Arjuna. Nobody else had the seeking from Krishna. Arjuna is the one who goes to Krishna and seeks his presence, his company, and his support. And then, when the battle is about to start, Arjuna is the one who asks Bhagavad Gita. Okay, his Jnana. So, Among the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Among the sages, there are many, many sages. Among the sages, I am Vyasa Maharshi. Why Vyasa Maharshi? Vyasa Maharshi is called, Vyasa Maharshi is the one in whose honor we celebrate Guru Purnima. Vyasa Maharshi represents Sadguru. Okay? Any Guru who sits and speaks, the seat of that Guru is called Vyasapita. Okay? In the honor of Vyasa Maharshi. So Krishna tells, among all the sages, I am Vyasa Maharshi. And the Vyasa Maharshi on the outside is Vyasa Maharshi. And on the microcosm, it represents the Atma Guru, Sadguru. And among all the, we hear of people who have various siddhis, powers. I am the siddhis. I am the powers of all these people. And whatever glory you see in the world. So he tells all of this. Ultimately, one more statement he makes, that you see, I've not been able to name everything. You might be able to find something else. But please understand, whatever glory you see in the world, whatever glory you see in the world, it's only a spark of my glory. It's not even my full glory. It is only but a small glimpse of my radiance. So this chapter is Shri Krishna Paramatma elaborated the Vibhuti. So in the Vibhuti, how we need to understand it is, whatever you see, whatever you perceive, whatever you understand, whatever you feel, whatever you think, is nothing but Paramatma. You are like a fish. A fish is in the ocean. The fish is made up of water. The fish is in water, made up of water. And the fish is asking, where is water? So that is our state. You are made up of God. You are in God. You experience God alone. And you ask, where is God? And I want to realize God. So this is explained in the Vibhuti Yoga to Arjuna. Krishna tells, these are my glories and I am everything. Now he is told only verbally. Okay? Verbally, of course, with clarity and power. In the next chapter, which is chapter number 11, Arjuna wants to see it. Okay, now he's heard everything. And like a child, he says, I want to see it. Show me your, whatever you've told theoretically now, I want to experience it. I want to see it with I want to feel it. I want to experience it. And then Krishna obliges. Now, whatever he is told, he reveals it. There's a revelation and there's a vision. That's called Vishwa Rupa Darshana, which we'll take up in the next chapter, next class. Is today's session clear? So the Pindanda part is not explained in the Bhagavad Gita. You will not find it also in any book. But we have discussed it here because you need to understand both macrocosm and microcosm. So everything that Krishna tells, it's not specific to just outside. It is what is happening in the world and what is happening in me also. Shilpa, you had a doubt?
No. My son was coming. I asked him to just stay back.
Okay. Any other doubts? Is the Vibhuti of Bhagavan clear? Shantiji?
Yes, Guruji, it's clear.
Rashmi, Mithali, Seema?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
Is it
Yes,
useful?
Guruji. Yes.
Vibhuti is our Lord.
Yes.
The
Yes.
I think it was
Vibhuti of God,
overwhelming.
it changes your perception.
Yeah.
You think you have been left alone in a world to suffer. isolated, like somebody's put you in solitary confinement. Although there are so many people, there's a solitary confinement. No. You are in Bhagavan, made up of Bhagavan. You are Bhagavan. And what is there possible to experience is only Bhagavan. And that is the reality you have to awaken to. Advaita and Purna. That is your truth. You are that reality that Krishna is talking about. Okay, to realize it, all this pointers are given. Otherwise, you always tend to superimpose. There's an interference. In anything you see, even in the spiritual teaching, there's a superimposition of your labeling. Okay, the mind comes and interferes. So the process of spirituality is progressively bring clarity to the mind. Okay, the interference stops. Interference stops in perception and in self-recognition. Ultimately, there's a correction that's required in the understanding of who I am. I need to realize my true nature as Sat, Chit, Ananda. Is it clear? Okay. So we will.
Thoughts are Bhagavan. Desire is Bhagavan. The lack of desire is also Bhagavan.
It's also Bhagavan, yeah.
It's like, passion is Bhagavan, dispassion is Bhagavan.
Yeah. Is that a question or a statement?
No, it's not a question, it's like, I don't know what to say. It's like, passion is Bhagavan, dispassion is Bhagavan. I want moksha is Bhagavan. I want to enjoy the world pleasure is Bhagavan. Everything is Bhagavan. That's like,
yeah. Bhukti is Bhagavan, Mukti is Bhagavan. Ultimately, Bhukti is called Bhoga. Bhoga Vasana is Bhagavan. Okay, the Bhoga Vasana leads to creation. Without Bhoga Vasana, that's what happened to Sanat Kumaras. Bhagavan learned a lesson. Okay, as Brahma, he learned a lesson. First, he made Sanat Kumaras. The four Sanat Kumar, the first children of Brahma, they're enlightened. They're muktas. So they have no desire in creation. So Brahma asks them, you go and create. You go and create a world, procreate, get married, all that, have children. They refuse. They don't want to get into Maya. Okay? Then there is some avidya required. The next level of beings, some avidya is required. Because that is what creates the desire, the movement. The avidya Maya is also Shakti, is also divine. And ultimately, the Lord appears as Vidya Maya. Why the Lord does it? It's all you can say is it's Leela. Leela of Bhagavan. Leela means play. Okay, there's a projection, there's a withdrawal. Projection, withdrawal. And in the projection, whatever is projected, the Krishna is telling, like in the movie screen, there's a screen and there's a movie being projected. Okay, then this is the first time it's happening in some village, and this child has never seen a movie theater. Okay, the mother has explained to the child that there is a screen, and on that screen there's a movie being projected. The child and the mother, they go little later. The movie is already started. They've come late, and the child sits. The child is thinking about what the mother told. The mother told the screen is there, and on which this movie is being projected. Now the child is not being able to see the screen. He's only able to see the movie. Okay, because he came late, he didn't see the screen. He's only able to see the movie. Then he's asking, where is the screen? Mother is saying, there is a screen. No, there is some fire. Is the screen behind the fire? No, the mother says, no. The fire is on the screen. Okay. Whatever the mother points to is nothing but the screen. In the same way, the whole world is projected. Whenever you point at anything in the projection, what are you pointing at? Bhagavan. The pointer is Bhagavan. The pointed is also Bhagavan. This is what we need to awaken to. This is called awakening. It's not theory. It is a possibility of human life. That's why it's called mukti, jivan mukti. Mukti from the wrong notion, that wrong notion of duality. You can awaken to non-duality. So when you point to the screen, everything is a screen. The hero is a screen. You're pointing to the screen. The villain is also on the screen. Okay, both are part of the projection. Any doubts? Shall we do a small meditation now? So I was telling you earlier about the heart, right? The heart, the glory of the human heart. In the same, that's one example. The whole body is as glorious. It is infinite, intelligent activities, all taken care by the Shakti, the divine energy. Okay, the Shakti knows what to do. Nobody has to tell the Shakti. You never have to give an instruction to the Shakti, take care of my heart. Okay, it takes care of you. Not only does it take care of your body, it takes care of your life. And that energy that is called Paramatma is constantly taking care of you. Your body, your mind, your life. Okay, the world. It's called Vishnu. Is taking care of everything. Now, the spiritual journey is is a journey of shifting attention. Okay, right now your attention is on the world, is on your thought, is on your feeling. You need to shift the attention to the source. Okay, your attention right now is on the artwork, not on the artist, on the creation, not the creator. Okay, now how do you put the attention to the source? That source is here, the Sahasrara, the top of the head. So close your eyes and just gently become aware of the top of the head. Okay, this is where the energy enters and animates and illumines the body and takes care of your body, mind, life, and the world. Just gently become aware of the top of the head without any judgment or interference. Just rest and observe the sensation, the vibration on top of the head. The energy, the Shakti, which is taking care of your body, mind, life, the world, knows what to do. Simply surrender to the divine energy at the top of the head and just rest in silence. Become aware of the top of the head Sahasrara, the divine center where you experience the oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. Surrender to the divine energy that is taking care of your body, mind, your life, and the world. Become aware of the sensation, vibration at the top of the head and sit silently. Stay in the awareness of the top of the head, Sahasrara. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. My pranams to all. Slowly open your eyes. So are you able to feel the energy movement at the top of the head? Rashmi, Seema, Radhika.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes.
So Radhika, what happens?
I mean, there was some disturbance, but then there was a bit of disturbance, but there was some kind of silence also that I was looking forward to. So,
Shilpa?
I just had a kind of tingling sensation here. So
Okay. Does the mind become silent?
yeah, a bit. Yeah. I mean, I had this noise around, but I could feel this part of the head. Yes.
So what we have missed in life is paying attention to this center and this center. Okay. These two are called the center of awakening, Agna and Sahasrara. Our attention is always in the lower centers, the emotional centers, primarily here in the emotional center. Okay. The emotional center, you go on reinforcing your emotions. Okay. Then there's a action center, the Manipura. Okay. There's a restlessness. Then there's a lower Mooladhara and Swadhisthana, which is center of fear and desire. So life as we know is only fear, survival, desire, emotion. From that, go to a life of expression, okay, creativity, wisdom, realization. So that is the whole point of spiritual life, a shift in energy. Energy which is settled here in the lower centers ascends to the higher center. And then that brings deep peace in life, a peace, wisdom, and expression. This center is also called the center of expression. There is a expression of that enlightenment, not a rejection of life, but a communion with life through wisdom and divine energy. That is what a gnani is supposed to be. So spirituality is not running away from life, which is the case, which is the message of the Bhagavad Gita also. It's not running away from the battlefield. It is expression, which is your dharma, with the gnana, which is Atma Gnana, which is teaching of Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. And a realization that I am that. realization of non-duality, and my nature as Purna. That fulfills life. Until that happens, Punarapi Janana, Punarapi Marana. Go on in the cycle of another birth, birth after birth after birth. Okay, so next chapter, next class, we'll take up Vishwarupa Darshana. You can bring 3D classes for that. Okay, shall we close for the day? So, Shilpa, you
Thank you,
missed
Guruji.
the Bhagavad Gita session. I think you missed the Atma Darshana session. So, in parallel, there are 2 sessions happening. One is the Bhagavad Gita session, which we started some time ago. But for people who attend in Reading, I'm parallelly doing an Atma Darshana session, which is a continuation of your discussions from Reading.
Okay.
Yeah. So that happens once a month. This will happen the other 3 weeks in the month.
Okay. Okay. But it's the same link?
So there'll be different links. You can find the previous session that you, the Atma Darshana session on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see.
Okay. Shall we close for the day? Shantiji, Radhika, Sheshari, Prasad.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
Thanks, Guruji. Hari Om.
Thank
Om Guruji.
you.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hare Om.
Yeah.